so that way
Yeah.
Homer heads prevail.
But yeah,
Alright.
at the beginning of the day, I had no idea what was gonna happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
at the opening, I'm like, okay, well, I have no clue. I was pretty much like gonna rule out today. I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna trade. That's why I pretty much like took my little position, exited out, locked myself out, because I was like, fuck it. Like, but I didn't even wait for 10 and 11, which I should have like traded the 10 and 11 candles. But like, look on the daily, we're still pushing that. Like the bear,
That bearish narrative, yeah.
yeah, we still have the bearish narrative here, right? So we took the previous weekly low, we reacted from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came back up, but over here, like, we have an inversion here still, and we have this fair value gap over here as well that's like aligned with each other.
Okay, so when you're watching in the morning,
Yeah,
you have that shit already drawn out.
of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have this drawn out until we change the range. Like I have this
Yeah.
drawn out too. I just removed all my drawings, but I had this drawn out too as the new week opening gap over here.
Uh-huh.
And then there's this like minor liquidity here.
Mm-hmm.
This sell side, and then like the extreme of the range would be here. The sell side over here, because we created a range pushing up, right? And then this is the buy side of the curve of the range up here, and then this is the sell side of the curve, and then this would be the end point of that
Yeah.
range, right?
So we went from external to internal.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
From external back. Well, the internal will be internal of this range, but this, like, I'm looking at this daily range right now. Like, we still have a even bigger range too. We have like a weekly range
Mm-hmm.
over here. Like, the way you find ranges is you look at it from swing point to swing point. Like, this is technically a weekly range as well, right? We just have this huge order block here, and you'd have to see how we react off of this order block.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not reacting in a bullish way here. Like, yeah, we reacted up here, we retraced for this week, but this is like there's no reversal candle. Like there's no swing point, there's no reversal on the weekly. Right? On the daily, this looked like a reversal here, 1, 2, 3, but then we expanded up and then reversed from this because we're still heavily on the bearish narrative on this day.
You're looking on the daily or weekly?
Yeah, this is daily. I'm on the daily right here.
Yeah, there wasn't even SMT today that I see.
Let me see if there's SMT. I didn't even look for the SMTs today. I mean, we have this SMT already at the top, right? Like this one over here,
Mm-hmm.
up here. And then we had this one as well here. And then in terms of this candle, yeah, there's no SMT for this candle.
Yeah,
it's just continuing the narrative for this, for the top. So, I mean, I had these drawn out already. I had my inversion and my fair value gap drawn out, right? I mean, we tapped into the fair value gap here and continued down. On the daily, swept the previous daily high. Okay, so 4 hour. 6 a.m. was tricky. 10 a.m. was really obvious, because once you look even on the lower time frames for this, we come down on the hourly, we have the swing forming already, because this is the open over here. We opened up and we just expanded up. 1800, where's 1800? Right here. We opened up, expanded up heavy, still inside the range, right? Pushing downside. So all we did pretty much morning was accumulate the liquidity for the downside here to push back down.
Okay. So this is where I get confused today, because it's like when I see, what are we at? What time frame are we on right now? 1 hour.
Yeah.
That 1 hour candle that pushed down first, right there.
This first one?
That one. As I'm watching that, it's like, okay, like there's in the moment, I'm like, there's nothing in my mind that stands out to me, and I'm wrong, but it's like, looks like this is just like maybe retesting the order block, to continue to push up, maybe.
Well, you have to know where you are, time and place, right? So like if this is the 10 a.m. candle, then the 10 a.m. candle, like look at the 1 minute, for example, on the 10 a.m. here. This is the wick, right? So we swept this, we came down, and then we kept pushing up, and we swept it again higher, right? And then from here, we just continue to go downside. I mean, look, even if you use this as your change of state, and then you follow the order flow, continuing down, all the order flow here is respecting the sell side of the curve.
Yeah.
Like the 15 minute was clean. I saw the 15, it was like pretty fucking clean. We had the swing here happening at the 10 hourly. 1, 2, 3.
I guess I'm still having an issue with like,
even if you entered here, right, and you kept your stops at a safe spot like up here, and aim for 2R, like this is good enough too, because we're like right around the open. Like you don't have to keep your stops super tight either, right? You can put it at a safe spot. Like this would have been like a pretty good spot. I would have probably put it up here, because I would have been like, okay, maybe we could retrace one more time, and it would be a safe like area. So 10 a.m. on the 15:10, we opened up here. This is a 10. Okay, so we came down, pushed back up again, swept it again, and now we're seeing, I mean, bro, this is the 15 minute, right? If you're looking at the 15 minute, 1, 2, 3, you're seeing the third candle forming the swing, right? And then you wait for the next 15 minute candle, and we close below here already. You can already anticipate that it's going to continue back down. Look at all this liquidity here that's built up. And the opens here. And the higher time frame is bearish. Like we're reacting off of this fair value gap. The higher time frame one, the daily one. This is a daily fair value gap. Daily. With the inversion here as well. This is another good thing, right? That I use this as well, right? So what I do is I divide this wick, for example. Like this would be an area to look for rejections off, because we're in a bearish like area, right? And like this would be an area that I would see, okay, well, I want to see how it reacts off of here, off of this wick. You do quarter levels on the wick. So 0.25, 50%, 0.75. And we reacted off the 0.75 of that wick, of that previous wick here on the daily. This is the high of the previous day. Yeah. We opened the day here. So all Asia, London, and start of New York, we just created the wick. It was just the creation of the wick. Look at the 4 hour here, right? Even if you use this as well, this range. So Asia, we swept the Asia, and then from here we just kept expanding. But this is the first push up was the reaction from the internal, right? From the internal here to external. Now we have the external taken here. And now from the external, we reverse back down, because we already completed the internal to external here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like when we go over it, you explain it so cleanly, it makes clear sense. But then after a little while of being on myself, it just somehow just fucking blows away in the wind, and it's like,
Just take it step by step. Like at
yeah.
first,
But
only focus on the 4 hour candles, and go
Mhm.
from the 4 hour, go down to the 1 hour, and see. Well, this is why you're journaling, right? Because in your journals, that's what you're doing. You're going from the 4 hour candle, right? Like let's say you isolate this day today. Well, we opened up 1800. First 4 hour candle, we expanded. Second, consolidated like indecision. Okay, we came back. Like we created a swing. We came back into the internal. What happened once we came back to the internal? We reacted. We expanded up. Then what happened at the 10? 10 a.m. is very important. It's like that's the time that we trade usually. Well, 10 a.m. all we did was sweep and reverse. We've already started the day off expanding a lot.
Creating the wick.
Yeah, we're creating the wick. Like we've already expanded a lot here as well. This was all a big retracement because we're still bearish. So what's the framework of when we're bearish? Well, we expand down, we retrace. We expand down, we retrace. Expand down, we retrace. Well, this was the retracement because we reacted off of this liquidity point, right? We retraced, and now we're expanding back down because we're still bearish. Same thing happened here, right? It's the same move. We expanded down, retraced, expand down, retraced, expand down, retraced. Now we're expanding back down. It's not
I don't know
gonna.
why.
It's not gonna be as perfect as this, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's gonna work off of the liquidity levels, like the PD arrays.
See, like you've seen my journals. Like I haven't heard any complaints or issues that I'm, not seeing stuff properly. But it's easy for me to explain it. Like when I see it, it's like, okay, yep, we rejected off of here. It all makes sense. But then before it happens, like what am I anticipating? I don't know why I can't draw my conclusion similar.
You have to, because you're using what you're doing from the past to project what you're anticipating forward. That's why it's like over time, as you journal, you have an idea of what happens with price, like due to historical data, and then you're projecting that forward as to, okay, what is it most likely to do? Because right now over here, obviously we're reacting off a daily fair value gap. We swept the previous high of the hourly here, and now if we're bullish on this, like even this inversion here, right? If we're bullish here, we should reject and continue up, but we're not. We close below. So once we close below this inversion, even that's an indicator of like a change of state. It's not only the order block that can be an indicator of the change of state.
Okay.
This is also an indicator of the change of state because we're disrespecting the buy side. Right? We're disrespecting the buy side. We're supposed to be reacting positively if we're bullish, positively back up, but we're not. We're disrespecting it. So even like once we come down here, right? Like this is the 5 minute. You could have just entered here as well. Like right when we started to disrespect this, we closed below. You could enter, put it at a safe spot, 2R, and you're done like this. And that was that wick. Right? This was that wick of that 5 minute. And all we did was create a swing inside the fair value gap here. And we're still following that narrative. Because look, this is the sweep of the hourly here. This is the sweep of the 4 hour and the hourly. So what do? We just created the buy side of the curve, and now we swept it, took liquidity. So we have a smart money reversal here, pretty much. Sweeping liquidity. Now we have the sell side of the curve here, and it's following the order flow. Creating swings, pushing down. Still holding order blocks. And easy target, 1800 open, back at the open. Right here. This was 10 o'clock, right? Well, look at where 11 opened. If 10 is the reversal here, and look at the swing at the hourly here. You see 1, 2, 3, right? So candle 3. What's the characteristic of candle 3? Well, it's an expansion, right? If we're catching the swing how it's supposed to be, then candle 3 should be small wick, big body. That means that we open up, we create a small wick, which we did here, and it's just continuing the narrative here. You see how we have the swing here?
You say that expansion candle is a small wick, big body?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's candle 3.
Yeah.
So if I'm framing it from the hourly here, candle 1, candle 2, candle 3 here, right? And I'm watching it on the 1 minute, for example, like this. Well, look at the narrative here. We created the swing right before we opened up 11 here, and 11 opens up and we just continue to dump and create. We're still creating swings and holding order blocks and fair value gaps. Holding order blocks. And we just continue to push down. You're anticipating, like, let's say you don't even take the 10. You just let the 10 candle 2 play out, and then you wait for candle 3. Well, you're waiting for candle 3 to expand down because it's following the narrative of the shift.
This isn't me talking shit to you by any means. Obviously, like, I have high respect for you.
Yeah.
But like, this is where it's frustrating on my part, especially I'm not in like the greatest like mood, I guess, or whatever. But it's like, I look at it, it's like, damn, like, you didn't even catch today, and it's like, you know, it's easy. I always find it's very easy to explain after the moves happen why it happened. But then it's like, you know, you locked out yourself today, and you know, like,
I locked myself out. Like, I took my trade early, even before 10 opened up.
Yeah.
I took my trade. I had a migraine. I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to be in the front of the charts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm just like, damn, like, I have so far to go if, like, you...
No, I could have caught this. Like, I was watching this happen. And I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I could have caught this easy. I've caught moves like this, like...
Yeah, you catch moves like this all the fucking time. That's it.
Yeah, but it's all about timing, right? Like, this is like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. By 9:30, I had no idea what was gonna happen. 9:30, I was like, I have no clue. This looks bad. Like, it doesn't look like I want to be participating in this. Because look at 9:30 here. 9:30 opened up here. It was just choppy. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
I was holding, like, 9:30. I was holding my bias to be bullish because I wanted us to come all the way up here. Actually, like, I wanted us to.
So there was a SMT at 9:30. YM pumped up heavy. NQ was staying down. So I'm like, okay, like, before 9:30 came around, I was thinking, okay, in my opinion, I was like, okay, I kind of think we're being bullish. You know, starting to lean more towards the black side of the curve on the higher time frame, like starting to work our way that way. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of expecting like a push down, a rejection, and pump up. And it kind of was like, it was just choppy as fuck. But then YM was pushing up heavy, so I was like, okay, like, looks like maybe we're gonna come down.
When it's choppy like this, I wait for 10. When it's choppy like this, I came in, I was like, I have no clue, whatever. Like, yeah, obviously I have my bias is leaning bullish because I want to see us take this high out over here because of that wick. Inside the fair value gap, you know, we had that wick. But we didn't react off the wick at the top. We just reacted off the bot, like the middle of the wick. Like at the 75% quarter level. So...
And that was weekly or daily again? Wick daily?
Same. I think it was weekly, daily. No, it's this week. So it's both the weekly and the daily high.
Yeah.
It's both. Because price is price. So it was a weekly high, daily high. I wanted us to come up there, but we didn't. Instead, we just created the reversal right when we touched the fair value gap of the daily. because we're still bearish. Like we came back internal, external. There's no way we could have just reversed. We could have continued up like this until we saw a close of here on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
And what did we do? We just rejected that change of state, the order block change of state here, with the wick. My bad. Like that would have been the change of state on the daily, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we just rejected that and we created a reversal. This previous daily high here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, dude. I've had these feelings a few times now. It's like Monday, Tuesday, I felt fine, felt great, like things were working out, and then since then it's just been fucking dog ass for me. And it's like, god damn, like my issue that I'm battling with myself is like, dude, like, can you figure this shit out consistently for the long term without having setbacks? Because like, I don't know, dude, that's just
Well, what's a setback to you? What does that mean? Like, what do you define as a setback? Taking a loss?
Like, not a loss, like burning accounts or like on one side, it's like I argued to myself, it's like, dude, like you're not like technically being successful because you haven't taken a payout. Like, so it's like until there's results in the bank account, everything else doesn't mean shit. Like
you could have taken a payout.
Yes, I agree. That's a setback. That's like.
But that has nothing to do with your trading. That has to do with just your risk management.
Correct.
Look, there's some days you come to the charts and you're like, I have no idea what the fuck's happening.
Mm-hmm. And like another part of it is like Paul, when he like did that big win yesterday or the day before, whatever it was. I was talking about it because I saw that he was in for 13 micros. I was like, oh shit, like, you know, Paul's not usually that kind of guy. He's usually like a 1 to 3 micro guy. So like I hit him up. I was like, oh, what made you? What was the strong conviction on that trade that like you were in for 13? And you know, he broke it down for me. He's like, I scaled in. I didn't start out at like that. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you know, but he's like, before that, the same night, he's like, I was down $800.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I took a couple losses, then I was revenge trading, and then I snapped out of it. I was like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know, I was like, okay, like, you know, so I'm not, even him with his experience, he still falls into that trap a little bit.
It's normal, bro. Everyone does.
Yeah. And so I was like, all right, like, you were down $800. What gave you the conviction to fucking, you know, enter in again still? Instead of like, oh, like, you know, my rule is like, you know, $200, $300, $400, whatever it is for the day. If I lose that, I'm done. Like, you know, it's like you still had the thought process to re-enter later on. He's like, yeah, I waited 2 hours for it. I was like, okay, I get that. Like, but I don't know. That's just where I still like fall into that. Like, damn, like even you know, good trader like Paul is still having the same issues. So then I think to myself, is like, fuck, like, you know,
that's the balancing act, bro. That's the balancing act of being a trader.
Yep.
Like, there's a reason why I'm usually very patient when it comes to taking a position, because I'm like, well, I'd rather wait longer and take a good position than to like, or even skip a day. Even if I miss a move like today, like, okay, cool, like I missed a move, whatever. Like, there'll be many more moves like this. But by 9:30, I didn't like. I had a bullish bias to come up and to catch this high up here, but we didn't. Mm-hmm. Instead, we came up here and we started rejecting off of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is clear, like, change of state, rejection. Okay, like, we're not gonna come back up from this. We're just holding this bearishness. We created the buy side. We're creating the sell side.
Mhm.
It's recognizing where you are, like what's happening, finding the sell side of the curve, buy side of the curve, knowing the higher time frame perspective, and blending it together. Like, if I'm expecting us to continue bearish, right? Because on a higher time frame we are bearish. Plus, Nvidia earnings came out too, and they're like bad, right? So the market's gonna keep tanking. If I'm expecting us to continue bearish, I'm not going to be looking for long-term buy setups.
Mhm.
If the buys I'm going to be looking for is fake outs like today, that were like, we came up just to push it back down. And the framework is always off of swings, right? Like, that's what we trade. We trade swing points. So 1, 2, 3 on the hourly, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, that's usually prime time for trading. The wick of the 10 over here, creating a swing. Add the sweep. 1, 2, 3, add the sweep. Like, this, you could have recognized this, right?
Supposed to, but I didn't.
Look at this wick on the hourly.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the 10 open? This is 10. 10 opened up here, right? So 10 opened up here, and we came up to make the wick. The top of the wick is a swing point. 1, 2, 3. You could have caught the fourth candle even here to push it down. Grab all the liquidity here. Because, like, what is a swing point? It's a change in direction.
Yep.
This is an hourly swing point. This is a 4 hours like swing point starting to form. This is like the second type of swing point here, like the one that candle 2 and 3 are together.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a like type 2 swing point here. We have a hourly like swing forming with the 4 hour, and then we have the 15-minute over here, like creating a swing at the wick. That's the model. If we're gonna move one-sided, you're not gonna expect to wait for price to come all the way back here like this and then come back down.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving fast. It's one direction because we're at the expansion candle here at the hourly.
Just gonna keep trusting the process. Yeah. Start writing journals. Keep writing journals.
Yeah. Just every day show up and just keep watching, bro. Like keep watching, keep like building ideas up.
Can you explain how to properly journal?
Yeah, I mean, if you go into my channel there, or Paul, or even Jackson's, like those are good examples of how to journal. But if you want to journal properly, like a very detailed journal, right? Like, let's say we do this, right? I'll do it from the weekly. Okay. Well, weekly up here, we have an SMT at the high. This is all-time high, right? We have a gap here that we inverted on the weekly. If this is an SMT, and this is the buy side of the curve here. This is the sell side of the curve on the weekly. We come back down. This gap, we consolidated here and we created swings to the downside. You already have your bias for the bearishness now at this point. Do you get what I'm saying? Like your bias is already bearish over here because we're like inverting. We already inverted this on the weekly. And we're creating swing points to the downside. I don't care about the buy side at this point. It's like out of my mind. Mm-hmm. Until we reach a point where there it's like an obvious reversal, right? But like I'm looking like at the ranges here.
And at what time frame would you need to see like an obvious reversal? Daily or weekly or?
Like a daily would be good. Daily would be good. Like once I see here, like once we touch this point right here, the sell side, once we tap into here, I have no clue what's happening next. I have no idea because my whole idea is framed off of the range. So journaling, right? You would have to, like, let's say you're journaling, but this is why it's important to journal every day, because you're building a library for yourself, right? Like if you come in every day, if I came in every day like this, we created that SMT at the high here. Let's say I'm over here, I'm journaling. Okay, well, I'm coming in today and I'm like, okay, well, we have a range created. We have an SMT at the high over here that's starting to form, whatever. And then what's happening on the next day? Okay, we push down. That's what I noticed on the thing. Why did we push down? Okay, well, there's an SMT here. There's a previous candle that swept here on ES and it's creating a swing. So technically this is a swing too, right? So we push down. I would journal that. Then if I go into more details, I go on the 4 hour. Where's my 1400?
SMT on the monthly too.
Yeah, on the monthly as well. It's like, it's powerful. This was it over here. On this week, on this day, and then the next day. So if I go on the 4 hour, then that's still part of my journal, right? The 4 hours is part of that idea of that day. So we created a swing here, and then we opened up here and we pushed down right away. This was that day. Yeah? This is the 4 hour time frame. We opened up 10 o'clock. This is 10 right here, where we expanded back into the range, into the fair value gap. And what do we do? Let's look at the hourly. What do we do? Internal to external. $15-minute. What happened here in the 15-minute? We swept it, created a swing, and then pushed down. This is literally the same thing that happened today. There's only two things price can do, bro. Like it's on a day-to-day basis, right? We created the consolidation, expansion, retracement, expansion, or we do consolidation, expansion, reversal. Like this for the bullish side. And then for the bearish side would be consolidation, expansion, retracement, expansion. And that's what happened like on this day. This is what happened on this day, pretty much. Consolidation, expansion, retracement, expansion. And then there's also consolidation, expansion, reversal. Right? This could technically be the same. This could be modeled like that as well, from the London. We had a big like Asia push down, but if we framed it from London, consolidation, expansion, reversal. See what I'm saying? And this over here. And this over here would be swing point. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This would be a 4-hour swing point. 4-hour swing point. 10 a.m. opens and creates that swing point. See this? We're inside the internal here. Where's the next target if we're internal? External over here. Once it reaches the target, who gives a shit what happens next? Right when it reaches target external, whatever. Next trade, on to the next trade. We still continued same direction here. But that would be the journal for the day, right? That would be like, okay, we opened up here, we pushed down, we created consolidation, London, then we retraced back up because we created the range. This is the range of the day pretty much, right here. Actually, it would be 18 here because we opened up the day. Came back to discount. Premium, I mean. We have a bearish bias for this day. Why? Because we have the SMT here that happened on the daily. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that would be your journal for that day. And then, okay. Well, you can draw it all out and then you explain it. Like you can type it out here even, wherever you want. You can say 1800 opened up, dropped down, Take your screenshot, you know? That's your journal for the day. Next day. What's my bias for this day? Well, I'm still holding to the bearish idea, but we're coming into this fair value gap that we filled, and this gap here. Okay, we swept the previous daily low. What happened in the 4 hour? $1,800, we opened up here. Consolidated all morning. 6 a.m., 10 a.m. continuation. So we had a swing point over here at the 6. Right? 1, 2, 3.
Where? Oh wow. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't even notice that swing.
At the daily open. But then 10 o'clock, well, what do? We opened up, retraced back into the range, and expanded up.
The C4 candle on the swing isn't always necessarily going to expand though.
It depends on where you are. But yeah, you have to be more cautious with the C4. But if you're in the range, like if you're in a day where, obviously like today, for example, we have a very heavy bearish narrative, then you can expect it to continue. Sometimes the C3 is like a indecision candle, and then the C4 is the expansion. So C3 could just consolidate, be indecision, and then the actual expansion is just delayed until the C4 candle. So what happened here? Look, on the 15-minute, we have an order block here, 15-minute. At the open, 10 o'clock here. Where's 10? 10 is here. We had the internal fair value gap at the 10. So we have the swing point forming. This is candle 3. This is candle 3 over here. And what's happening for candle 3? Well, we're just continuing the expansion up. Where's 9:30? 9:30 is over here. That 30 manipulated down, expanded. 10 o'clock opened up on this candle. We pushed down internal, external. We have an order block and we're creating a swing. 15-minute. Even if you caught this move over here at the candle 3 open and you put your stops down here, you aim for a 1.5 and you're good.
I gotta take this call.
Yep. Super generous though on this stop loss.
Yeah.
If you put your stops at the body, I do that too sometimes. Instead of the wick, I put the body. That body would have been 2R of the continuation. But you have your narrative here. The 4-hour swing, 10 a.m. continuation. What happens at PM session? Even if you like miss the AM session, you wait for the PM session, 1400. Now, for example, the 1400 here is exactly what happened today. for us. We expanded up. 1400 swept it. And this was a candle 3 on the hourly. And then on the 15-minute, what do you have? 1, 2, 3. Swing. The swing is making up the swing is creating the wick here. The last candle 3 of this swing is the high of the hourly. $1,400, you could have even caught a short. It doesn't necessarily even have to be at the top. Could have caught the continuations downside. Because look, when you go on the 1 minute, and you're like, okay, well, look what happened once we swept this. Look at what's happening at with price when we swept the high. We're creating the buy side. We're creating the sell side. You can see it, right?
Yeah.
You can see the shift.
There's not one time where we've gotten on a call where you've explained something where I don't get it. Like, it makes so clear sense, but I don't know why I can't keep that clear-headed mind when I'm on my own, kind of thing.
You have to stick to one. Like, one thing for sure is you might be like getting double-minded. You might be holding to 2 ideas at once.
I possibly agree with you on that. And another thing is I think I need to stay only on, like I said, the 4-hour.
Yes, of course. That's the whole framework of the model. It's you're working off the 4-hour candle, and then the 1 hour is supposed to match the 4-hour, and then the 15 is supposed to match all those, like those 2.
Because I'll come in, I'll look at, the daily, weekly, 4-hour, work my way down, like kind of like get my idea, and then after that I just find myself sticking around at the 5-15 minute area instead of like stay on the 4-hour till you start seeing some movement.
But this is why I have these higher time frame candles next to it here, so I can always have an eye on the 4-hour candle.
Yeah, I have that too. I guess
you have to pay attention to that, like keep an eye on that, and like I have the daily as well here, so I can see how the daily candle's progressing.
Nice swing forming on NQ right now, off the 30-minute.
Here, let me see. Yeah. Even the hourly, look. Candle 3 over here.
Yeah.
On the 5 minute, let's see the 15 minute here.
Now I would take that as like a 30-minute or an hourly retracement up into like fair value gap.
Yeah, exactly.
Continue to the downside.
Yeah, external back to internal, because we swept the external here. Look. So you'd want to see it come back inside in the internal. The daily opens up here, right? So if you're like, what are you anticipating the day's candle to close as? I think it's gonna be bearish, right? So if it's gonna be bearish, we're gonna come into the internal and then back down.
Our PM session, continue to the downside.
Yeah.
Sure. Alrighty, gents. I'm gonna go step away and take a little break.
All right, sounds good.
You guys have a good day.
Take care, bro.
Yeah, I gotta jump off too.
All right, sounds good.
See you, Sherm.
Elijah.
See you, bro. Have a good one, man.
Later.
Yo,